Alright, let's dive on into things. For a second there, my cat was just hanging out on top of me. She just decided 10 minutes ago that now was the time to hang out. So I thought I was just gonna be doing a one-handed stream, but my chest is free again. Yeah, as the logo on his account indicates, this is the first, finally somehow it took this long, Kylo I bumped into in Grand Arena. But also, from looking at his history, he always holds it. So, I don't know if we actually see him. This is what we're looking at. So, based on looking at his history, I saw him using it pretty frequently as a, just like a solo, like a lone Malak type, just to get a quick and easy 64. So I placed some teams that I had noticed him, specifically he used them against Geos, so I put them down to try to bait him out. It seems like it's working so far. The Ray has 3 attempts, and I didn't see the progress on these. I only saw it in this state, but normally, like, if he was trying to work her down, there would be more attempts. Like, it's like 3 minimum, best case scenario, just to get her down here. I don't know. I don't know if she's going to hold or not. I don't know what he's spent to get here. He holds pretty much everything as well, or at least he usually does. We've got a lot of the characters he used to unlock Kylo here. We got Year 13 Geos. But no real meta, so I'm assuming this is going to be an efficiency game, pretty much. An efficiency game with a side check of how badly Rey ends up screwing him over. I'd be curious to know if he used Kylo here or not. I know that the R2 setup in 5v5 works, but I'm not sure here. Alright, let's poke on in. By the way, I've been obsessed with this album lately. This is more stuff that I usually use for working than streaming, but because YouTube is so finicky with the other stuff I was trying to add in, I'm just doing this for variety. If it's too slow, just let me know. I can switch it back. I don't think there's anything too scary going on here. Spy with speed set is definitely not going to get through Scion. Can just poke on in. There's no ability block. I don't really consider there to be any real risk here. They do have Sunfac, so this is going to take a while, but ooh, no pain on Brute or Alpha. It's a bit unfortunate. I kind of like the whole holding isolation until Sunfac taunts, so I might just have Trey go around the horn. Still no pain on Brute Alpha. It's a bit unfortunate. I might just have pretty good tenacity modding. It's a gear tool tray. I think yeah, skill shot. Okay, so full health banners. Not too bad. Let's see. We could JTR this. I want to try to get through the bottom front minimum expenditure-wise, just in case. Even if I saw the exact same layout as 5 weeks back in its GAC history, I still think it's good to play around worst case scenario, and as long as we're not sacrificing that many banners here. Just responsible play. JTR will be comfier against Crew for sure. We could just first order mirror. Not having Kylo, I feel like, puts us a little bit behind there, even with the cooldown cycle. It's a bit uncomfortable to say the least. Oh, we also had the really weird feat today. Actually, I think it's possible CLS might be able to take this. The Boba, like, they don't have that much damage. It's just going to take forever to kill. Based on who we pair with Luke. But I think it might be possible. It's what? CLS, Herman Yoda, +1? Or it could just be done, but I don't think we want to leave it solo. We could just stick in R2. How did Gar do? Gar is out of work for right now. His Ray specialist abilities aren't needed today. I mean, what's in the top? I don't think we need to force CLS on the bounty hunters. I mostly just want to hear this song. I'll probably switch back playlists. Oh, yeah, we got... Okay. Isn't this the second Rogue One team in a row? Or am I just having deja vu? No, we definitely, because I remember looking at her saying, "Who are you?" Okay, that might be food for stick, right? The upcoming prospect. Let's... JTR is definitely going to not get full protection, but it's cheap. Okay. I think we just want Confuse on Fox so that the Wiggles here don't really do anything. We have Foresight, so I think we can let Fox just do this. It might be better to just try to control the Wiggles. If we wanted, we could farm them for multiple Illuminated Destinies so that we can get full banners. Alright, we got triple intel. We could just start... Ooh, that was a bit ugly. Oh, he gains speed with the debuff, so this is actually... I think we need to just bring this down to confusion, ideally. Fine. We have double full protection. I don't think we need to cycle this around. We did just miss ID there. Yeah, he has probably GL level speed right now. We don't have heal block on him. Let's just get Foresight on BB-8. Ooh. I actually managed to tag 3PO. Alright, we need ID. We can... I don't know if this is gonna kill. He should have decently stacked defense. Ooh. And BB-8 still doesn't have it. Fair enough. Okay, 3PO still got the grace period. That was lucky. I think CLS can handle this. CLS Hodo Gar. It depends. If we use... I think CLS can work here. We can go around Bosk, we can control Bosk. I mean... Especially if we add R2. I don't think R2 is really going to get used anywhere else. This is a janky team, but... It makes sense to me. We'll have counterattacks, we'll have self-cleanse with combat analysis. I think it makes sense. We don't even really need to swap stance until the very end for protection, I don't think. Just park him in Terminator mode and go to town. Alright, the rules on this... It's only Jedi allies... Oh no, we still get protection back. Okay. Might as well do that. It's probably Ken Stone we have tenacity down. Yep. Ooh. I actually really did not want that to kill. I guess Master's Training is getting us. Alright, Hermit Yoda is now a bit of a banner liability. Yeah, it was worth a shot. I know that CLS might have a little bit more potency modding than usual right now, but I'm still surprised we're getting this much success rate on Bosk, even without a tenacity down on him there. We might need to swap over to damage stance though, I think. Accelerate things a little bit. Slowly but surely. I think once we get through this protection wall, because he's not taunting, he's gonna have way less health. I think we get through this pretty cleanly. The Vanguard detonators are so annoying. Okay. Ideally, I'm gonna switch back to defense stance here. If we can get this off. Okay, we needed that. I don't know. Yeah, his tenacity is too high. Just... Okay, perfect banners. God. We got the feed, I guess. That's the canonical crew, too. A second Geo team? Poggle. Fins on defense. What do you want to use on you? It's not 6 dot tenacity, it's not actually that bad tenacity. Silo Soda Mount. Yeah, you can just tag team them in with any solo specialists. We could just first order her. There's decent chance of Gas getting stunned down. I think this works. It's not Plague. He's not gonna get the Terminator because he's solo, but right? Is it suicidal? Was it Daka lead or Asajj lead? It should be Asajj. He's a beefy boy. I think he's got this. Just let me take a turn for once. Okay, no turns needed. It looked like he was self-cleansing, but just... I don't know. That was weird. It's not Zeta Phasma lead. I kind of want to bring out the stick. I don't know if she can handle the counters here. They might put more pressure than we've really dealt with her yet. Do we go stick and smurf again? I think so. That didn't feel terrible. It at least keeps both of them topped off. How this potentially be a throw? She should just be able to one-shot Jin. I want to believe anyway. Definitely a fracture. Ooh, yeah. Okay, wow. Yikes. Wow, today is just kind of a vacation, I guess. I mean, I don't think it's possible for us to fail from here, and Ray tripped him up. That's kind of just auto win, I think. We'll check GAC history when the bracket ends, but I do think I probably just caught him up with a Kylo bait, because I don't think this team would hold well against Supreme Leader Kylo at all. Like, you could just open up with a Chewie stun and go from there. It's possible, actually. I wonder if he just lost supporting crew and couldn't get his ultimate up, so Ray ultimate just killed him first? I feel like he gets the ultimate first, though. Weird. I don't know. Alright. Switching gears. Different playlist. Old playlist. It's great for working. I don't know if it fits the stream that well. I mean, Malik can just do this, right? Still not a comfort zone. What about Gar? I think we can fit him in. Actually, he probably could have just come here. Shoot. We still have Nest. He can tag along there. As I recall with this matchup, you're mostly just parked waiting until we get to 3-stack. Yep, just, yep. Alright, stack number 2. It is like a 150 speed Malik, by the way. It just looks like he's crazy fast because of the fear spam. Auto? I have trust issues with auto. Alright, we have triple stack now. I think we could just start pummeling in Zalbar, the heal block. Alright, now we can auto. Do we trust the AI to get full health? I think he does. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think. It's probably a safe auto, especially with how beefy he is. I think if it was my speed Malik, I think the fights were a lot sweatier. That is just like, I think he's like 260k health and protection combined. So like really low speed, but just there's 0 chance in hell of them killing him. The third stack both doubles your offense output, but also it's really clunky because if you went to look for this where you would think to look for this, it's not actually there. It's in the drain text. your basic gains healing immunity once you get to 3 stack, so you can shut down the protection regen and just go to town. It's the same logic for why I like using Malik against Boss Lead. Although that matchup's more annoying with the extra, like they get tenacity down, they have more stuns. It's more of a hassle. But I'd like the dynamic of Malik ignoring Bosk data. Once he's last man standing as well, you can just take out everybody except for Bosk and then just beat him down. It's nice. Alright, with that feat done. Yeah, I also really don't know why they put that text in, like, not with the basic. We might be able to not nest. Probably not nest. It's not really that bad for her. Like, the Droidekill's not going to have crazy stacks, but it's still, like, the team with the most chance. There would actually be a lot of buffs for nest here. Is there anything I'm not thinking about? This is a Dispel basic with speed down, not really worried. Turn meter, advantage. I think she got this. Alright, we'll do this. There you go, buddy. If I were him, I would just be super confused right now. Like, wait, this isn't right. What are we doing? Well, he died to a Phasma. That's an honor very few can hold. I was hoping to get a full 100% reset. I think we get full full health. Yeah. It's always tricky to figure out when Nest doesn't have that many stacks yet because her life steal isn't actually that jacked up yet. I think we get away with this. She didn't get shock on the death mark. Unfortunate. She should go first. Yeah. This is a pretty overkill day, I guess. Oh, we haven't used the boys yet. Wait. Alright, this is their specialty. They were built for this. A highly trained team. Let's just use Chop. Get the days off of Fox. Some tenacity down, just for good measure. Like, we did give her purple shield, but I'm not too worried. Oh, she ignores taunt, that's right. Alright, Fox. Not in one go. It's a little bit disappointing. Let's see. We can get him back up to full, but this is going to be difficult with how squishy she is, and how, like, this basic probably just... Ooh, close. Let's see. I think Kylo next turn will be non-damaging. Yeah, we ran out of the protection self-regen. Well, if he was ever going to miss, now's the time. Nope. It's really difficult to make Cheese Day is interesting. Will this relic, or like combined Relic 16 team beat this Relic level 2 nest with low tenacity? Stay tuned to find out. Shock T's a fun game. Let's do that. I believe I still have my... Where's this email? What? Cam assist on target? Yeah, that's right. Honestly, I used Fox Special there because most people, like, you remember the 2% evasions on the special just because it's like, that's the button that you really want to see hit. So anytime that it whiffs, it's just like, what are we doing? So I was hoping I could reverse psychology the game into giving me a miss. Why am I worrying about character order? Alright. Oh, we didn't bring Echo, actually. Yeah. Doesn't actually matter, but a bit sloppy. This will call mass assist, this will get rid of the turret, we can just do this. Probably save another Shock T turn to refill protection. I don't think that's enough damage to kick her out of Grace Period, but we should be fine anyway. Counterattack, but fights back to full. Yeah. Not even a thing. Is there anything we're not thinking about here? Oh, do we need... I guess... Man, this is not a feat I really want to try tackling with my options. Like, what are we doing? Vader leads Snow? Like, what even is that? Is this anything? Like, what? Like, my Imp Troopers are, I'm pretty sure, full-blown decommissioned. I stopped bothering to... Oh no, not 12 and 1 go. I'm saying that at minimum we have to start doing this today if we're gonna get it by the end of the season. This is why I'm saying this. They have been moved to the bench. What do you mean maybe a little music? Is it too quiet? I finally understand some of streamers' pains with stream music audio. Is I have simultaneously gotten the music is too quiet, too loud, I can't hear you talking. I think it's just like a headphone thing, like it depends on how the headphone driver is balanced, but good lord. Like in my mixer, my voice is twice as loud as speakers. My voice is like almost to the point of peaking and I still got comments like, I can't hear you. It's like, what? Yeah, there's another week. Also, yo, if Dooku Newt does what Dooku Newt do, then we're just gonna get stun locked and completely controlled potentially. You still have mods. I don't think he's on the list, but I think he's necessary for this team not to just get completely rolled. We'll see. We'll try to prevent him from taking kills. Why did he lead with cooldown increase? Question mark? Let's just build our debuff portfolio. Yeah, here's the stun extortion that I'm here for. Uh-huh. Yeah. I can feel it coming. I'm ready. Yeah, even if we cleanse right now, it's just going right back on us. Zader lead versus extortion. Who wins? It's extremely extortion. Yeah, fuck this feat. I don't even know if I'm gonna bother backing out. They can have the preload. I don't feel like waiting for the game to reboot. I mean, do we do... What brand of overkill do we like? Oh, dots don't fucking count because it's not actually credited to Vader. That's right. Yeah, look, listen. If, like, for seasons that I'm taking seriously, I will always give feats full priority. This is... especially being a 3v3 season that I do not care about. And also just, like, 3v3 Galactic Legends just kind of ruined any hopes of leaderboard competing. You're just at the mercy of how many GL you do or don't get matched against. Yeah. The feat can go die. I do not care that much. It's not worth it. Alright. Hippity hoppity. Your health bar is my property. Get fucked. Yeah, it's... Dooku Newt does not care about their gear level. I figured that was happening, but I wanted to believe that maybe Zader could give us some boost. I'm pretty sure that Newt and Dooku are coordinated, are programmed to coordinate their stun and extortion. Like if somebody's stunned, they will always extortion that person, and vice versa, which is insanely annoying. But I mean, if the team was going to be any remotely good on defense, that it kind of had to work that way. Otherwise, like, Newtly just does not function outside of offense. Spy is better for hunting for Falcon. I think we can leave it here. Just done here. We might as well. If we call Hyena, then it dispels them anyway. Please don't dodge. Yeah, we actually got it for once. It feels like Falcon dodges that every single time. I'm also really curious on how this team is going to drive at full 7 stars. I've already started to notice that even at 6-star, like, it used to always be that my Vulture would go first and then Hyena, but now when Wolvins gives turn meter, it's a coin flip, which is actually kind of annoying. That's been such a common recurring trend lately, it feels like, is upgrading teams and realizing that the actual like way that it drove feels worse. It's also more prone to be an issue in ships because you can't just fix the team order with modding. Alright, if they can drill through Hyena, this is actually a little bit spooky right now. We need to start closing things out. This will get taunt on Falcon guaranteed. We could probably... We don't have buzz droids, but I think this will probably... Yeah. Okay. 63, not the cleanest. I'm trying to think. The hope or the dream is, especially once Hyena is bulkier, I don't think I'm going to gear Sun Fac, but ideally, you'd like to think that the team can just go in without any reinforcements, or maybe if you're paranoid, like, bring one minimum, but it should bump up my ships to be more competitive. Because that's the other thing. Ship seasons were just a pretty big tax on me for GAC in the past, because they're always messy. Ship mods of the equivalent would have been nice. I agree, but think about the games community and how much they already don't like mods and how relatively unpopular ships has been. Adding ship mods, especially if they needed to be farmed separately, like it would need to be like something like a ship. I want to use like runes as like a League of Legends old school example, or like masteries of just like, instead of it being like you have to farm these mods, it's just like, say each ship just has like a generic small stat focus tree, so you can say like, I want my spy to have plus blank amount of flat speed or plus blank damage. But I mean, it's the same reason why we're getting pilotless ships now, right? People do not want to farm pilots that they aren't going to use in PvP, right? Like, that's why Negotiator was such a strong initial release for Ships 2.0 is, like, look at the pilot list. Just by doing what you're supposed to do if you're trying to stay relevant in PvP in the game, we've got Relic 7, Relic 7. These two were the best initial free-to-play relics in the game. Rex, not as important. I still think his ship is garbage. I haven't bothered to farm it, but yeah, like, you know, my biggest fleets issue is like my Plo Koon is gear 9. The dude does what he does in the movie. He just crashes and burns. And then like I haven't bumped my GK to Relic 7 yet, so the mirror. It's not an auto loss. The method that I came up with a while ago on stream is actually working pretty well, because sometimes I just jump into a fleet arena battle and forget to switch, but like, what's up, kid? Yeah, I don't know. It's like, I think it was Prime Force. You were the one who wanted Y-Wing to have like a pilot, right? This has to happen. Like, it would almost be interesting to me if they just retroactively undid all of the crew stuff, but the unique position that Galaxy of Heroes is in that makes it really awkward is you don't really get balance patches or reworks or anything, so like, right? Because like the idea of like, imagine if they took pilots out of ships, and then imagine being one of the people, which a lot of people do this, who like relicked Bistan and Scarif Rebel Pathfinder. Well, I would say CG making that move would be probably healthier for the ship's own lifespan, but this would piss a lot of people off unless they just unless they hard refunded everything. But then that's so hard to enforce too, because then you're in the territory of like, how do you prove that you only did this thing for ships? It's a whole bag of worms. Like, same for Phoenix. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's a weird refund my Phoenix gear. Look, if you geared your Phoenix, which I'm still kind of amazed that they're not even... Sabine I never really used. Sabine I was just kind of like half guild farming for a while. You know, like level 82 chopper, like just enough to hit this, I think. Just for the Thrawn event. Just refund everything. Right, but like... I know, like, Barris was before my time when I started playing, but like, it just set such a problematic precedent where like, if something is, like, the recent changes of the games industry, like this push towards a live platform, which Galaxy of Heroes is, it's been around for how many years, new content isn't always going to release perfectly, right? Stuff needs to be changed, so this idea or impetus, and there's two arguments to this, right? This is like, well, content in this game has a huge crazy price tag if you're gonna whale. So then the idea of that getting nerfed after the fact, like, League is a pretty popular game, so it might be a better touchdown, but like in League, you buy a new champion that's like $7 or $8, it gets nerfed. That's a very different situation from you buy a brand new character in Galaxy Heroes, you don't want to wait to farm it, you spend whatever I don't even know what the number is now. It used to be 300, I think. It just sets this really uncomfortable precedent where like, characters aren't going to come out perfect. That's just an unrealistic expectation of a balanced team. So the idea that you're just locked in stone, like you cannot change things after the fact without significant outrage, just seems really unfortunate, honestly. It's tragic. Like, I really wonder what Galaxy Heroes would look like if they could do balance patches. Like, this is one of the only games I've seen aside from like Gacha where balance patches didn't happen. And Gacha, they would issue balance patches as new character releases. It would just be character comes out with an ability that hard counters. Like, think of like Y-Wing but taken to the extreme. Like, imagine if Y-Wing came out and it was unresistible and it was like exactly coded to go right before Houndstooth, no matter what type deal. What's up, Sam? I am. Any updates to the P2 guide? I remember a couple of small app optimizations after the fact. We're 3 days away. I can't really jump in and poke at it. The biggest thing... Sorry, I'm trying to move the mic without it squeaking on mic. The biggest thing I remember is... So, with a lot of the people that I've helped as it's come back and returned, the biggest pain point was Ahsoka. I took mine to Relic 3 for the event. I was able to find success with her at Gear 12, but that was also with pretty specialized mods, and I know a lot of people were just having trouble. I think the speed threshold is, what, 279, 280? And, I mean, going back, like, mods aren't that popular in this game, but getting General Skywalker is. The approach changes a lot if you can't hit that threshold. I think I could try to dig it up. There were some old conversations on my Discord from people who were trying to figure it out, and I was trying to figure it out with them. The mod values being listed being useful to know. You had one balance match, which was Mods 2.0. Yeah, that's very true. Mods 2.0, and I think to a degree Relics. Relics definitely as well. But that's the thing, right? That's how, like, just with the dynamics built between the community and CG now, that's how they have to do it. They cannot just, you know, whatever you want to call it, buff X team and nerf Y team. They can't do that. Because suddenly it's, refunds. Oh. My modding wasn't really that precise or targeted for the event. It was mostly just like I tried to make sure Padme had, I think, at least a 6E potency cross. I don't think she even had potency set necessarily, but she very well might have. Mostly the event, it's actually crazy to me. I replayed it so much, it just feels like it's in the journey guide now, but that was actually just when the event was running. It's mostly, as long as you can hit past that speed threshold, it's mostly just about turn order and landing the debuffs that you need to. There was some slight RNG optimization, I think, if you wanted to kill both droidicos before Grievous activates, but that wasn't a thing you had to be able to do. That was just a thing that I thought was super cool that my method was able to do that I didn't see any other guides doing. But, like, you don't have to do that to win, so that's more just like a personal, hey, look at this achievement. You've got everything at Relic 0 for P4. I know, like, P4 is just such a RNG thing. Simran, the problem that I see is just Galaxy of Heroes is such a kit-driven game that, right, like, most of the things that end up being problematic are words more so than numbers. It's just... I tend to stand with the dev, or side with the devs on this side. Like, you should be, it's their game, it's their product, but just like, that's a really awkward feedback mechanism to be stuck in, of like, how do you knowingly put yourself into a task knowing that the task will actively subtract funding from wherever you were before, even if the game is better off for it, which that, to me, that is the biggest thing. Like, if, you know, whatever, like, I did L3 for the R2 smokescreen thing, right? Legitimately just for this. She's not going to get that much use once that strategy changes or Rey meta shifts. If they did something to nerf that setup, I don't expect a refund. I got usage out of it, and I don't know if it necessarily is a strategy. Like, this is just an example. I don't think R2, like, R2 L3 has counters, so it's fine. But imagine if it was like some unbeatable thing. Fix it. Like, I don't, this is fine. I built this to abuse, quote unquote, that strategy. Like, it shouldn't have to be locked in stone. Right? Like, I don't know. It's it's a bit sad to think about sometimes. R2 L3 smokescreen. I think they still have the modding on. Concept is pretty much to try to hamper the typical Darth Revan and JKR setups with using this team comp. So basically, assuming the mods are still in, which I believe they are, if I just hit auto, you'll see it happen. Tank piece on L3, Rita's healing on Finn, and then that happens. I mean, it ended pretty quickly because of Echo Grenade, but the whole idea is you have tank piece initially on L3 to control if they try to do like TM piece DR, and then L3, Rey is built super squishy, and L3 is built super tanky, so the R2 smokescreen targeting AI always looks for the person with the highest combined health and protection. So, I mean, in that case, it was kind of a bad auto example because sometimes, like, if Finn swaps to Rey twice, or like to Rey instead of R2, then like it's a guaranteed. It's nasty, but like there are ways to beat it. It's not that crazy, actually. But yeah, I mean, it's just using this strategy as an example because it's kind of the most recent. Is like, if this actually ended up destroying the balance of the game, because like to me, like, how do you dictate if a character is overpowered? To me, it's if it can't be beaten on defense, then it's bridging on. I would say it's problematic, right? It kind of depends. Like, it breaches this whole other awkward topic of like, let's say, you know, you can beat a team with 2 attempts. That still destroys the balance of territory wars for a while because the guild with more of that team will have a natural advantage, but like, is that nerf-worthy? Like, where the line actually stands there is a bit blurry. This should one-shot flies. Actually, it might cause a sack. Yeah, it caused a sack. Oh, part of the reason why this initial Rey setup that I use is about 60 speed slower than it could be, and it actually loses a lot of gas against gas because she can't lap people in time. Although part of the problem is because my gas is slow, or because my watt is slow. Like normally you get a, so the concept is tank piece here, regen piece here, and then it's really, really hard to talk and play at the same time. Or at least when you're not just like casting yourself, basically. The last watt piece, the damage piece, just looks for an attacker and chooses randomly between them. So by having Finn be the weakest on the team, you essentially guarantee that Rey will always get the damage piece. It's kind of clunky because they check the current stats on them at the time, so if it's just one of those things where like, you know, let's use clones as an example because Rex can get out into front. Let's say they just throw all the damage at the wall at L3, you could just stop R2 smokescreen from targeting them. Like, same thing. If you've ever done a botched Jedi attempt against Rey using JKR gas, you probably see a lot of the time that Watt will end up putting the regen piece on Rey because she's reduced so much and she's hurt so much that she is actually weaker than Finn overall. But yeah, that's the concept. I don't know, it's just, for all of the talk and the initial reactions of like how crazy GL are, I don't think they actually end up being that bad. They're definitely difficult, but I mean, the only real problematic territory is Rey and 3v3, right? Like that, but also 3v3 isn't a real mode, so it doesn't warrant a response. It just warrants stop using 3v3. Yeah, I don't know. I think you can tell by the way CG's making kits that I think they are worried about this as well. There's a whole lot of self-checking done in their kits now. just restrictions that old characters just didn't usually used to do. And part of that, like, conditionality is important for the type of power creep they're doing, because games like this cannot exist without some form of power creep. So by making it factionally restricted and conditional, you're adding ways to load in more power but add more restrictions at the same time, right? So like Sudden Whirlwind is one of the highest damage abilities in the game, but you don't get to use it. And it's not just a cooldown. You have to set this up, or like she can't use her heal when she's low enough until she cycles back with this or with the lead heal. CG did it to frustrate people to spend to get the Galactic Legends. I think 3v3 was actually a month late, so I don't think that really checks out. I think we got another 5v5 season when 3v3 was due, assuming that it's on that every 4-month rotation. Yeah, they delayed it for a month. It's just like, it's one of those awkward things, right? I think I don't know if I feel good saying this. No, it's how I feel. Because Galaxy of Heroes hasn't had that many modes, there are people who don't like taking Territory Wars that seriously. There are people who don't like taking Grand Arena that seriously. So like, if you remember all of the themed Territory Wars that a lot of the times ended up being kind of a disaster, Galaxy of Heroes just doesn't have that many avenues for CG to try to push like 4 fun side modes at the moment, so they just end up, I don't want to say polluting, because I know some people really like these modes, but like, you know, to me, the game is all about, you get a bunch of income and resources, you invest them in the smartest way possible to try to see the best return, typically in the context of PvP, character PvP. So the idea of, you know, some of those, like, I was like a 2.5 GP account in I think I was in Husky Patrol at the time, and it was just like, dude, these are my Jaws. Or I don't remember if it was Jawas or Ewoks. I think it was Ewoks who had the no cooldown mode, and it was just like, I'm sorry, I don't have anything to contribute here. And I'm pretty sure this was actually like, my Ewoks weren't even here at the time. My Ewoks just went here for the 3PO event. I don't know. Like, so imagine if we get like some sort of repeatable daily gauntlet, then I would almost prefer that instead of GAC feats like this. I really hate this. I do not like this at all. I don't mind feats. I don't like feats that dictate how you have to play, right? For me, Grand Arena, at its best, at its most fun, because I still really like Grand Arena, is you're playing to win, you're playing against your opponent's potential strategy. It's his choices in his roster versus your choices in your roster, and then same for mods. Your mod choice, or your modding choice, their modding choice. Because I had this happen, I think before I started streaming, I fought someone who was like an exact mirror of my account. We had like the exact same characters, we had the exact same mods. It's Laga, who I think is sometimes around in my Discord. But the places that we put our mods was completely different, so it actually caused a bit of an imbalance. Or like, I had, you know, his C teams were like very TB oriented or Heroic Sith Raid oriented, and my identity this whole time has been PvP. So like, you know, they weren't anything at the time, but this was like Gear 12 Kylo, Gear 12 Fox, Gear 11 OG Kylo, and he had like, I don't remember what it was, dude. I think it was like the Princess Leia P2 team. Instead, like, that's where his gear went. And like, to me, that's what's cool. That's what's special, is Galaxy Heroes is at its best when, you know, as much as the top side of an account looks very samey, especially now that like we've had 17 characters dictated to have to be relicked, but even just the choice of like, did you go Rey or Kylo first, or relics, I think were an excellent example of this, especially really early days relics of like, who are the first 10 characters you relic? That was a pretty crazy choice to have to make, and would really influence your Grand Arena. You know, I saw a lot of people who just did like, you know, Darth Revan was arena meta at the time. They were just like, all right, boom, everyone, all Sith Empire Relic 5, and it's like, okay, like, that's fine. It is a more challenging team, but the sneaky relics on the B team or C team could really throw that matchup off, or if you want it to be a specialist and just crank your favorite B team faction up, like, it was really cool. So this whole idea now of like, say, like, I'm just gonna use Galactic War as the stand-in. Like, why not say, like, easy example, like, hey, beat 3 waves using these characters from Empire Strikes Back. That makes, like, it's like a mini mode, right? It's something for people to try to work on. It would probably be a time limited, I don't know if it would be daily. It's something to try to figure out and work towards. It's like a mini puzzle. I would want this there. I don't want this in PvP. I like PvP pure, because PvP in this game, one left pure is good. Just keep this out. Or, like, not even keep this out of the game. Just move it to PvE once we have more of that. Like, you oh my god. Imagine if they did this for territory battles. You can just hear officers screaming in the distance. Yeah. To me, that makes a lot of sense. And it isn't even really that much work for a CG to have to do either, if you think about it, right? Just however the GW would work. It's kind of like, you know, depending on whatever actual difficulty tuning this would be balanced to. If this was like Relic 5, like let's say Relic 3 minimum strength required, and it's like, yeah, get 12 kills with Empire Strikes Back units, and it's like, dude, like, what do you want from me right now? Then it's a problem. Which the Bounty Hunter, I mean, people are succeeding in Bounty Hunters with Gear 12 teams and Tier 2. It's more about who you have. But like, even with this, I was able to get close once, although it is and it isn't. Like, Relic 6 Bosk helps, but the problem with Tier 2 is Relic 6 Bosk cannot power tank everything because of the conditionality on this Zeta. There comes a point where this ends, and then your team is still just getting mowed. Like, you have to play that challenge super well to get to Wave 8. Yeah, I don't know. It's... Well, shoot, I guess we're in the last day of May, right? So we are entering June territory, whenever that's going to happen. I'm really curious to see, because I would like to think, I'm pretty sure that this is the type of stuff that's on CG's mind. And I know this is kind of a pain point right now of like, you know, it sucks to be in the middle where stuff is still getting figured out, right? Or fixed or improved or whatever, but assuming everything goes to plan, they can figure out whatever problems they get solved. It potentially puts this game in a much stronger position in the future. I don't know if this is people do this on Twitch all the time. YouTube versus Twitch is so bizarre. But like, another game I've been playing a heck of a lot lately, and I still think, like, I've been playing this game enough, I might as well just stream it. Although streaming it on YouTube is also an awful idea. But like, so this, right? Like, this game is made by Riot Games, which League was already pretty famous for having really, really fast content updates. Oh god. We don't need audio, but just... Like, this just came out a couple of days ago for this game. Like, it's a card game like Hearthstone, don't really worry about it. Like, new mode coming out this month. New mode coming out next month. And then just set out this whole, like, roadmap plan. And it's just like... I know, like, every developer studio is different, and, like, there's a good chance that there's probably some good amount of crutch involved, so I don't even necessarily want to say, like, oh, why doesn't CG do this? But just, like, stability, right? We kind of just want to know... Like, it's... They have been pretty explicit with us that they're having issues with the way their stuff is made normally, but just... If we can get to this point, I will be quite content and happy. Alright. Like, this whole video was so sick. It's just like, alright, here's our plan for June. It's a gauntlet mode, make it to 7 wins. July, we got like an experimental mode with crazy rules. There's gonna be like themed content events. There's gonna be like the idea of new cards every 2 months is pretty crazy by my understanding for card games. And then they just hit you with this, like, this is all top requested stuff. And I just... Like, I know that CG for a while seemed like they were trying to, like, what with the dev tracker and all that stuff were like trying to modernize a bit, but it feels like they hit a speed bump somewhere. Hi. You look like a mod. Oh god, there's so much. No. This is gonna take so much time. Junk. Health, offense, speed. Not being percent offense is damning to me. I just want to see what this purple mod is. Okay. This is kind of tragic. We're actually like a full 1% below max. We basically got two 50% there. Yeah, dude, it's just anytime that these challenges go to double drop and I hoard energy before and then like flood it during it, it's I think it got to like 150 total that I had farmed or something insane. It was just alright, let's see. Not even best in slot. This is definitely more well-rounded. This kind of sucks, but this I've been so tempted to sell this guy, but like this is damn near perfect percent health roll. Like how can you even be mad at this mod? It will very likely never have a home someday, but just the min-maxer in me just has to respect the hustle. Yeah, like compare, this is what a 4 roll you want to look like. This is like getting a 3 roll 11 speed. It's the painful truth. But also it's a health set, so it's already more equipped to be a relevant mod than Mr. Potency set over here. Why are you level 14? It's not bad. I don't know. I was actually... People were talking a few days ago just about mods in general. I know my mod guide hasn't really reached everywhere yet, but I do want to do a full account conversion. I do... Like, I still haven't taken the full time to go through and sort through, or like, do the full lock purge. But once I do, the ability to just finally... Like, because normally you can just sell, filter by whatever ones you've done the lock purge for already and do it that way. But just the idea of like, alright, I'm done with these mods. Just go to sell screen, don't even bother filtering, just select all sell. God. Yeah, I think I'm winding down. Peace out, Simran, but also, yeah. Peace out, everyone. That was kind of a cool thing to talk about. I enjoyed it. Just skeptically optimistic. We'll see what happens in, ideally, I guess, the next 2 weeks. We should have hopefully heard about it by then. I don't know if this is going to be a late June affair. You're stuck on your mods? I'm not. I just need to... Like, what do we even have here? I think it was these two types. Unassigned. Probably just do... My god. Get me into slot mode. No, I don't even know why I clicked to a different slot. Decent percent offense. It's tough. I don't know if I want to give amnesty to... No. Well, no. Crit damage, I feel like I'm more picky than offenses, right? Because Ray has made my mod sorting for offense. I would almost say way more forgiving than it should be. Great roll, terrible roll. Probably leave it behind. Right, because it's like flat offense isn't that meaningful, but also it's just about mod success chance, right? Like a mod that has like percent health and speed and percent offense, I would probably go for, but if it's just speed and percent offense, I honestly probably, just by the quality of these two rolls, unless I hit double offense down here, that mod was already kind of dead on arrival. Percent health, like, the offense Ray setup right now doesn't even call for percent health, but I still feel it might rally. Nope. Bad percent offense, flat health, I would just kill with fire. %25 off and minimum roll. I think I still sell it. It's tough, but I think I have better slicing candidates waiting in the wing. Health, offense. That had a chance, but no. If we were going for slow ray, maybe, but also no percent health equals no. Nope. Hit me with that arrow screen. I'm ready. And now. Speed would be... Well, but there's no percent offense. This is kind of damned as well. Yeah. I don't even know why I took this one up. Yeah, just get me out of there. If we see percent offense, Problem is my offense depth isn't that high, but offense set with no offense anywhere is really awkward. Dude, this is such a bad roller. Nope, get me out of here. Decent flat offense roll. That flat offense rolls. Nope. It's not bad. It's not insane. I'll tentatively lock it. That's kind of borderline for where I'm at right now, personal preference-wise. Nope. I feel like I'm giving way too much time of day to any offense mods with health right now, but Ray gonna Ray. Ray demands a sacrifice. Oh, that went to 7. It's actually this. No speed, but it's not good roll. Solid. Irrelevant, but it's technically a 4 match. This could pass. But also, I don't see Ray wanting to be slow. Slow Ray is good for mirror, that's about it. I feel like I used up all of my mod luck. Like, those couple of weeks ago when I got like 4 or 5 good mods in one day. Yeah, definitely keep this one. Actually, I want to take this one to 12. Ah, close. Speed? Nope. Ooh. Okay. I actually have... You know what? No. It's not terrible. My offense depth is so bad. This is probably just... This will probably hit percent defense here, but why not? What are we doing here, buddy? This is actually kind of cursed. What percent offense? I mean, not to complain, but also kind of to complain. Need to start sorting within mod slot and rating? Yeah, it's critical unless you're good at scrolling through gigantic amounts of things without getting lost. Which I used to do, but you want everything right in front of you, right? Like, especially because if we're doing mod judgment quality, we need to know our depth for that slot. It can't, like, right, you're not judging a 20 speed circle against a 14 speed square. You need to know, like, for this slot, and preferably for this set type, like, where does this mod stack up? I remember when this event actually needed a personal touch on Wave 3. Alright. I think we still need to sim, but I don't think I've used my energy refreshes for the day. Does this throw you back to what you were doing? I don't think it does, right? Does it? Wait. Holy shit, I actually wasn't expecting that. Watch this land 200 flat offense, I swear to god. Nah, there's the percent defense. Yeah, probably take it home. I can feel another percent defense coming, but... Another error screen. We're collecting them today. Now. Nope. Now? Game's thinking real hard. Am I just gonna have to kill the game? What are we doing here? Interesting. I was gonna go exit out, then it hitched like it was about to do something, and... Nope. Good stuff. Like, if that mod could land at like 8 or 9, I think it's fine. It kind of matches one that I already have. There are just certain categories of damage mods that, like, people on the modding server would just be shocked if they turned on the filtering and sorting and saw, like, only 4 results. It's just... I added a decent amount of high-speed mods to my collection now for, like, speed sets and stuff. I think it's time to actually just start working on damage, especially with relics becoming more of a thing. Hi. Is it you? Nope. Yeah, called it. Good shit. Dude, this... the only reason why I chose to keep this mod is because my depth is so bad. Like, look at this. 3 plus 4, this is barely above a max single roll, and this is fine, but like, yeah. I was actually looking at this. I don't think Ray would ever use it, but I was just kind of curious. Fish for percent health. I'm tempted to just leave it in the ditch. And this is like, let's say 0.3 off of max. Speedless, tenacity, health. It's not terrible. The percent defense isn't killer, but isn't bad. It's about 1% off max. Well, maybe lock, but that's probably going to be one of the first to go once I start purging them out. Why did I use this? It's always so tempting. Oh, you. Okay. That is unfortunate, but overall... that might end up being a Ray mod. It's just not what Ray needs right now, so I don't see a need to work on it, but I will definitely bank that for when the time comes. There will come a point where Ray just wants damage and bulk. If we aren't already there. Okay. I see you. I respect it. It's a bit awkward, but, like... I've seen worse. It's not bad. Like, you could very easily make this a Sith Empire mod, depending on how it rolls. If we don't hit this and just land any of these, yeah, I'd give this to HK or Marauder easy. You don't need crit chance. Kill it. I'm leaning towards kill it. Double, honestly, at this point, most mods would double flat for me. And watch this be like a horrible statement in like a year whenever 6D comes out and it's like, oh, flat stats are so good again. But I just kind of discriminate against flat health and flat protection on mods very, very heavily right now when I'm selling. It's actually one of the first things that I sort for. Alright, we need to refilter. I forgot that this was even off. I'm actually scared to even look at how many there are here. Oh, we did them already. Did we actually get to them? I don't see a future for it. 2 out of 4. We can I hate mods like this. I hate them so much. Like, it did the thing, but also... like, imagine running an offense set with no extra offense ever. Hey, it's like the last one, except even worse. Alright. Oh, we didn't even touch arrows. You know what? Nobody got time for arrows. Just imagine being able to hit sell all here. We gave up on that guy because of the roll. I could see myself regretting selling this, but no percent offense, same deal. It's pure tank secondaries. Squares are so awkward now to kind of judge because it's like there's only 3 real options you want to keep, so there's always going to be a dud slot anyway, realistically. But again, this being 1 out of 4 is just a 5 speed. Let me just look at my leftover greens. Maybe reconsider him. I have a couple of duds like him that went to 20, but like that doesn't give him any more of a chance of making it than the others. They were just gold mods that happened to roll well. Like he would not be my 1st or 5th choice for slicing, so we probably just sell him. See, this I feel I'm more inclined to be lenient towards, right? Very, very solid initial percent offense showing. Still don't like the 2 out of 4 though, but solid 5+5 rolls and 0.5% offense showing. Like, this mod currently just has enough stats behind it that I might be willing to give it amnesty. Might need to go back and lock that. Bad, bad. You'd keep it? Yeah, I agree. I feel like something somewhere just got deactivated and I didn't see it. This is triple match, but pretty bad performance. It's tough. This is really tough. We'll come back to it. We need to actually check slot depth. This fucking mod. See, the problem with this is 6E just bumps this so much that even just reaching it, I think, makes it automatically worth keeping. Even though this is horrible roll performance. And health is very in vogue right now with a lot of builds. I hate it, but I think it stays. Health, health, health. Low, kind of a dud. We'll keep it. Definitely keep it. Yeah, this is kind of what I'm talking about. Like, mods like this. It is tenacity with no tenacity. I guess in that respect, actually, it might be a sell. Yeah, it's definitely a sell. Also, mods like this were on my chopping block for a while, and I'm like, it just went down the road at like 9% or like 90% of max, like on everything. So it's just like it is the most whelming mod possible. I have absolutely zero emotional reaction to it. Everything is just like, sure. Missing 0.3, missing 1, missing like, let's call it 13. Missing a couple of percent. It's just, but like, I wouldn't 6E it, but I can't necessarily sell it either. 77 mods and I haven't even touched all of them. Good lord. Oh yeah, if you want to get depressed, let's just, yeah, check me out. Highest speed 10, baby. Yeah, there is a reason why I'm well overdue on offense. Even though I do think offense is going to be continually less important, characters like Rey are at least kind of forcing my hand now. Oh, wait, sorry. Slightly more realistic. I'll have you know, we have one 12-speed triangle with 0 matching secondaries. Sir, I demand some respect. What's up, Deco? We're just kind of GAC pretty much already over. I wonder if that guy hit me. I think it's just an auto win. I think Rey, even though we did the feet throw against Dooku, I guess. Man, I don't know if Zader would lead, but Zader against Karth would be so chaotic, but I'm pretty sure Karth wins that because they build dots sooner, even though theirs expires. We probably could have done that against this team, but look, Stick Ray gotta eat. Stick Ray gotta put food on the table, get a bigger stick. Oh, whoops. Alright, we will probably close things out there. Yeah, we'll see. I do want to start with wrong window. I do want to start streaming this on the GAC off days. I am getting decently high rank as well. This is 2 wins off from Diamond. I do kind of want to try to push for Masters as well, but still kind of learning the ropes a little bit. But yeah, we'll see. Sorry to cut it off as you arrive, Deco, but yeah. I also might just do the full mod purge and stream it. That's also going to be a really long time, and also going through every set slot by slot in a single stream, A, would be a long stream, B, I just don't know how much interest there is in seeing it. What's my PC setup? Custom built. If you're familiar with Micro Center, they used to and still do, but it's awkward, have a trade-in warranty system. So like, I started off with a pretty low-end graphics card, and you could basically use the warranty system as a trade-in, or at least that's what the employees would always tell you when trying to give you the sell on it. So I actually have a pretty beefy rig now, but also I am no longer in the trade-in ecosystem, so I'm trapped, but also it's a computer that I could probably park on for 10 years and be okay. It was really unfortunate though. It was such a sick system, even though you did have to go into brick and mortar to do it. It was like a 30-minute drive every time. I'm pretty sure I already did all of the 6 E's. I guess we can just check by hitting sell, although it won't show equipped mods. I don't know, we'll figure it out. We'll see. Alright, let's call it there. I think it's safe to call today a win just by sheer numbers game, unless he pulled a lot of good undersizes, so yeah. Fun day, very cheesy day. Very overkill day, but I'll take it. Alright, good game to that guy. We actually ended up narrowly missing Thunderwhack. He ended up falling in his round 2. I'm not familiar with him, but it was a name I recognize, so might have been neat. Alright, peace out everyone.